Hi, my name is Åse Wegerif and I'm a registered counselor, and welcome to my channel in which I'm trying to reach and help you who is an adult and who used to be a child growing up with a narcissistic mother. And I'm doing this because I've had so many clients who've had this situation and who've really struggled with the after effects of this, because the after effects can last a lifetime, and the relationship itself with your mother can also last until you're quite a mature woman yourself. And can be all along can be really hard to deal with. And I want to think about today, share a little bit of my perspective on how is it possible to have a narcissistic mother and yet have a good life, live a good life. And I think some of that is to do with the perspective that we have. I think that perspectives, the way we look at the world, has a lot to do with how we experience the life we have and our experiences in it. And I want to tell you a little bit about how I look at who we are and the experiences that we have. And maybe this resonates with you, and maybe this will help you. And if it does resonate and it does help you, then I would be absolutely delighted if you would consider subscribing to my channel, or liking the video, and or commenting, because that really helps me reach out more and help more people. So thank you for that. But in any case, I really hope you get something good from this. So I have a PsychoSpiritual training and as a therapist, and I also have a PsychoSpiritual belief that we are spirits. That's our true nature, and we are here in the human flesh and the human form, human psychology. But I do not believe that the body is something you have. It's not who you are. Your thoughts and feelings is something you have. It's not who you are. Your psychology, your personality, is something that you have, but it's not who you are. A lot of how we develop and the personalities we get has a lot to do with, some of it's genetic and we're born with it, our temperament and things, but a lot of it has to do with how we grow up, what kind of life experiences that we face. And having a narcissistic mother for sure means that you have to adapt to being around her day after day, hour after hour, week after week, and year after year. So, and that does mold and shape you, and I'm sure you're very aware of this looking at this video. So quite often what I see is that when people have worked through problems that they have, like psychological problems like depression, anxiety, sadness, pain, trauma, and so on, then they are stronger, then they are more secure in themselves, then they know themselves much better. So this is, in my psychospiritual understanding, then we have done like a personal synthesis, a personal work on the psychology and relationships and being here in the life. But then what happens is that when people have worked through their shadows, quite often they reach another level. There is the level of the real deep essence of who you truly are, what you are here for, how you can serve others, how you can have a life of meaning and purpose and truly be yourself. That's when the deeper spiritual part of you can come through you and into the world. So So that's really important, and that's also, was my own experience, and it's what I see with people, and I think it's really important. That's also one of the reasons why I'm doing this work. So I think that I believe that, and I know there are other people who believe this too, and I believe that we actually chose our parents and our family in order to go through pain, in order to learn lessons, and in order to grow from that. So we are like in a human classroom, learning lessons, growing, and it involves pain. But it's what our spirit seeks and wants to do in this lifetime. So, and in this process, there's two ways of looking at what's happening in your world. Having a narcissistic mother can really, like your entire life almost, can demand from you and stir up so many painful feelings in you, and she can take just a load of this on you. She can claim a big part of you, even if you're not around her at the moment. She's still in your psyche, inside of you, and and there can be a lot of noise from her, there can be a lot of games going on, there's a lot of toxicity and so on. So in that perspective, you are dominated, or you are in this experience, and that's what I call the 3D experience. That's the life that we have. And I apologize, I'm a little bit distracted because there's a bird bathing in the new bird bath outside. It's just wonderful. Sorry, I'm getting back to you now. So it's just wonderful to see, though. There's two ways of looking at our life. There is the busyness, the life that lives us, demands that we have, and the survival that we have to get enough money, we have to work, we have to raise kids, we have to, if we have them, we have, and so on. And there's your mother in this as well. But there's the 5D, the spiritual perspective. That is, if you turn towards this perspective more, it will lift you out of your experience. It will start having, the more you do it, it will have an effect on your life of living as a spirit that you are. And the spirit living in from that place is very different to living in the 3D existence. So from that perspective, you can see things quite differently, and it's very uplifting. So you can maybe see that you are learning, you are moving, you're progressing through your life. So I think I'll end this video here, but now you know a little bit more about how I look on things, and I'm wondering, does any of this resonate with you? Please comment if you want. And I'll come more back to this spiritual perspective. I think the spiritual perspective can really help you in terms of learning the lessons that you are here to learn. So a psychospiritual perspective means that you are able to both be in 2 dimensions at the same time. Being in a 3D, your everyday life situation where you've got lots of things you need to do, where it's busy, you struggle to get your life together, your narcissistic mother is there, and so on. But it's the focus on from the limited self. Quite often it's just from the thoughts that you think and trying to work things out. There is a different perspective of living from your spiritual self, which means that you see the pains as lessons that you have. You are able to be bigger than what's going on. You're able to find calm and peace and love in yourself and that guides you and helps you. There's also a higher self in you, the connection to your spirit, which can guide you in your everyday so that you aren't left to struggle from the small ego version of yourself. There is a divine light burning inside of you. The awareness of that comes at different points in our lives. The path thereto is different for all of us, but that can be a true blessing and gift for you if you are open for that. I think that's all I'm going to say, is that I hope this has been of meaning to you, and please like the video or comment or subscribe if you find that this resonates with you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.